everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are in the kitchen and I am going to be sharing some really fun and simple recipe ideas with you just in time for summer. Once again, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, I just wanted to say hi. My name is Krystal. Here on my channel we are all about lifestyle, cooking, cleaning, home organization, and then just talking about topics that are real and relevant to women at all different stages of our lives. So if you're into topics like that, make sure you click the red subscribe button before you head on out, and click the bell to make sure you are notified of my weekly uploads every single Sunday. We would absolutely love to have you a part of our family here at KrystalElaineTV. So the recipes I'm going to be sharing with you today are my homemade potato salad, my earthquake cake, and then I'm going to be trying a new recipe that I haven't done before, and that is going to be for a fresh squeezed strawberry lemonade. So I'm super excited to try that out and share that with you as well. So I'm starting out with my potato salad. This is just a home recipe that we've had for years. My mom taught me how to make this, so I don't have an exact recipe or measurements or anything like that to share, but I'll share with you everything that we put in it. So before I jump into that, I will insert a few clips here where I went ahead and did all of my main ingredient prep as far as all the chopping that I had to do, anything that had to be pre-cooked and cooled down. So for the potato salad, I need obviously potatoes, so I cooked those up this morning and now they're cooling and ready to go. I also cooked my hard-boiled eggs last night and peeled them, so those are chopped up and ready to go. And then for the lemonade, that calls for a simple syrup that needs to be prepared and then cooled down to room temperature. So I went ahead and prepared that this morning as well, and also chopped up my strawberries so that those are ready to just be pureed and added to the recipe, but we'll get to that later. I'm gonna actually go ahead and start with my potato salad. And so I just have about a half of a red onion chopped up in here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in all my ingredients to make my sauce. All right, so yeah, first thing that's gonna go in here with the onions will be some mayo, and I'm just kind of eyeballing everything. So like I said, my mom taught me how to make potato salad years ago, and so I've been doing it ever since then. So while I don't have any exact measurements for any of the ingredients, what I do know is technique. And what my mom taught me is that we do not make potato soup. So, meaning we like to mix up our sauce and get it all flavored and seasoned the way we want it before we add in our potatoes and our boiled eggs, so that you don't have to overmix it and end up mashing up your potatoes. And you also don't want to overcook your potatoes so that you don't end up with potato mash soup. So yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing, is just gonna kind of throw everything in here, really just kind of eyeballing all of the ingredients. All right, so far in here I have mayo, mustard, pickle relish, and I am gonna go ahead and add a little bit of sugar. And if your family is more of a Miracle Whip kind of family, I think you could definitely replace the mayo and sugar with just Miracle Whip, just omit the sugar. I'm personally a Miracle Whip person, but I went ahead and got some mayo specifically to make this recipe today. So I'm just kind of mixing everything together, and I want it to become, I should probably have on an apron, but I don't want to mess up my outfit. So here's where we are. We're gonna try to do this without an apron. When I get to the cake, I might change my mind on that, but for now, we're gonna just do this carefully. So yeah, I'm gonna be mixing this up, and I do a lot of tasting. So I know some people judge you if you put, your spoon, you taste it and you put your spoon back in. So I'm gonna try not to do that since I'm filming, but I will say if I wasn't filming, I would just stick my finger in here, taste it, and keep moving. Anywho, so I just wanna get all of this mixed up, and I can already tell that it's too yellow, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some more mayo to this, and it's probably going to need more sugar than what I added, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some more sugar, just a little bit. for now. And then mix that up. All right, so that's looking a little better. I'm gonna go ahead and add my seasonings now. So just some garlic powder, not too much, some Italian seasoning, and then some salt and pepper to taste. So once I get the rest of this in here, I'm gonna do my first taste test and see kind of where we are, what is missing, what I need to add, etc. All right. That's pretty close. And I am gonna add a little bit more pickle relish. And because I'm using sweet pickle relish, that also I don't have to add quite as much sugar. So that's one thing to keep in mind, depending on what kind of relish you use, that would impact how much sugar you put in. If you want it to be sweet. This is how our family eats it, so hopefully you guys can see this. You probably can't. You probably can't see what I was doing this whole time. So I'm gonna just turn it up like this for now so y'all can see it a little better. And then let me give this another taste. Maybe a little bit more mustard. I don't know. It's so close. And this is just what I do. Literally every single time I make potato salad, I just keep adding stuff. Alright, let's try this again. I'll use a different finger this time. I am gonna add just a little bit more sugar since I added more mayo and mustard. And I think that's gonna do it. Yep, that's it. That did it. That was perfect. I'm gonna add just like a squirt more mustard. Literally a squirt. And I think that should do it. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my potatoes and dump those in. Now this is about the amount of sauce I have. Again, I don't have any measurements, so what I'm gonna do is add in my potatoes, and if it's too soupy in terms of like just having too much sauce, I can always dump some of the sauce off. All right, so these are my potatoes. They have been cooling for quite a while now. And so this is about 5 large russet potatoes that I just diced up and cooked. I'm gonna pour them in batches again because we don't want potato soup. So we're gonna just gently toss them. I'm also gonna start adding in my boiled eggs. This is about, I would say, 5 or 6 boiled eggs as well. So just kind of adding it like that. Now that I've got it pretty well, incorporated. Jeez, Lord help us. I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my potatoes and my eggs. Oh, I thought I spilled some. I guess I did. Okay. All right, so I'm adding the rest of those. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish tossing this. Again, very gently. It's really just like a folding movement. So yeah, you don't wanna overmix it. Once you get everything in here and tossed and coated, like you don't wanna keep stirring it because you don't want your mama to say you got potato soup. All right, so now we are going to attempt to gracefully put this into a serving dish. We'll be right back. So my serving dish is up here. We're gonna try not to knock everything down. Process. All right, so this is my serving dish. It's so glamorous, right? All right, so we are going to try and, oh man, look at how graceful we are. Yes, honey. Perfect fit. And I don't think I got anything on my dress yet. All right, so I'm just gonna spread this down in here. Now, the last thing I wanna do is add some paprika, which I have about 3 drops in here, so it's, you know, perfect. I mean, are there even 2 drops? Yeah, there's a few. So I'm just gonna add, this is just for color. There's like hardly any in here. I think that's it. Add that to my recycle pile. And there's our potato salad. All right, so I'm gonna cover this up, stick it in the fridge, and we're gonna move on to the lemonade. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the strawberry lemonade, and the first thing I'm gonna do is puree my strawberries. Okay, so now my strawberries are nicely pureed. I added just maybe a tablespoon or so of water just to kind of help my blender out a little bit, and they look really good. It did say that you could pour this through like a fine mesh strainer if you wanna get rid of the seeds, but I don't mind the seeds, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. So I'm gonna set this to the side, and the next thing that I need to do is squeeze a cup and a half of lemon juice. So let's see how long this takes. So I've already got my lemon sliced up, and I'm just gonna use my handy dandy little juicer that I just got off of Amazon, and I'm super excited about it. And yeah, so that's half a lemon, and I think I got about half a teaspoon. So, my Lord, this is gonna take a minute. So that's my first lemon squeezed, okay? Let me show you how much juice I got out of it. You guys probably can't see that. Like here, maybe I'll put it against my dress so you can see it's like not much. So we're gonna be a while. Wow, that's not even close. That's not even a cup. I need to get all the way up here. Okay, so I may or may not have enough lemons. Whew. That's right at a cup and a half. Sweet Lord. So I ended up using 9 lemons to get a cup and a half of juice, and like you can see they are completely juiced. Like there's nothing left, they're split open, like, so yeah. I am gonna actually use some of these for my garnish though. I just thought about that, like just because they're massacred doesn't mean that they can't be used for garnish and a little bit more flavor.
Okay, so now I'm just going to combine all the ingredients together. I am going to strain my lemon juice so that it catches all the seeds. I'm also going to add my simple syrup that I made earlier and is now cooled down to room temperature. And finally, I'm going to add in my pureed strawberries. Again, I am not going to strain them. All right, so I have the fresh squeezed lemon juice, the pureed strawberries, and the simple syrup all mixed up in here. So the recipe says that you should chill this in the refrigerator and then add your water right before you're ready to serve. But I'm gonna lean to my own understanding here and go ahead and add my water now and let it all chill together. That way I can test the flavor and make sure it tastes okay. But if it's not sweet enough, whatever, like I wanna know that now. I don't wanna have to wait and find that out right before I'm ready to leave the house. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the water. So for the amount that I made, it says I'm only supposed to add 2.5 cups of water. So I'm gonna start with that and see what it tastes like. Okay, so I decided to add the water to the blender that I used to puree my strawberries so I can try to get some more of this flavor out of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the water. It's pretty pink. I'm okay adding a little bit more water. My lemon pieces. That's gonna give it some more flavor too. Okay, so here's what it's looking like now that I've added the water. I ended up doubling the amount of water that it called for, and I think it still tastes really good. I could always add a little bit more simple syrup because I did not put the full amount of simple syrup in here. But to me, it tastes pretty good. After it sits, if I feel like it's not lemony enough, I will just go ahead and add in some of my bottled lemon juice that I have. But for now, I think it's pretty good. And I think since I'm gonna let these lemon peels sit in here too, I think that's gonna enhance the flavor even more. So yeah, I feel like the recipe only makes a few servings, so I just decided to experiment and add a little bit more water to stretch it out, and it doesn't taste weak at all. Like it's still it tastes like strawberry lemonade. So
all right, so next up is the earthquake cake, and I got this recipe from one of my coworkers. However, my great aunt used to make earthquake cake for us all the time. I can remember going down to visit her in Georgia. We would walk into the kitchen and the first thing that I would see was the big earthquake cake sitting on the countertop. So whenever I make this, it's very nostalgic, and it just brings back really good, warm memories of Aunt Hazel. So yeah, I don't actually have her recipe, but when I found out my coworker had a recipe that she loves, I started making it, and it's really good. So the first thing that you do is you just follow the instructions on the German chocolate cake mix. So it's just a regular box mix from the grocery store. The one that I got called for 3 large eggs, a ½ cup of vegetable oil, and a 1¼ cup of water. So I have all of that mixed up here in my bowl, and I'm gonna set this to the side and prepare my pan. All right, so I've got my pan here, and it says that you should grease and flour it, which I've done before, but it doesn't stick at all. So I'm just going to use my baking spray, and I think it's gonna be just fine. So I'm just gonna spray it really well. All right, so to the bottom of my pan, I'm going to add a cup of sweetened flaked coconuts and a cup of pecans. Now these are just halved, so I'm probably going to crush them up a little bit before I add them. And they don't have to be perfect, obviously, but I just want to kind of break them up a little bit. And this is a 9x13 pan, by the way. I think it is. I use it as a 9x13, so yeah, that was a lie. Not a lie, but I just kind of made that up. I'm honestly not sure what size this pan is. Anywho, so let me get these chopped up. Well, chopped. Squaws. All right, so now you're going to grab your prepared cake batter, and you're just gonna pour that over the top of the pecans and coconut flakes. Can y'all believe how graceful I am? I mean, come on. I don't think I have a single thing on my dress yet. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, just spoke too soon. I'm starting to splash it, but it's okay. We got it, we got this. And then I'm going to spread the batter out as much as I can. So good. The last time I made this, I didn't read the recipe close enough, and I just used a regular chocolate cake instead of a German chocolate cake mix. But it still came out really good. But I'm excited to see how this one comes out since I'm actually using the right cake mix. The last step, which is to make the earthquake like cream cheese goodness part of this cake. So to make that, you just need ½ cup of butter, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 4 cups of powdered sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm gonna mix all of that together. I think you're technically supposed to like beat it with an electric mixer. I think I did that last time. I'm not doing that this time because I'm over making dishes for today. So yeah, I'm just gonna mix it up really well, and I've been softening my butter and cream cheese all morning, so it should be really easy to mix together. Hello? There we go. ½ cup of butter, which is equal to 1 stick. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I never measure vanilla extract. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. And then I need 4 cups of powdered sugar. I'm gonna actually go ahead and start mixing these together first. I also am apparently using the smallest bowl that I own to do this. So this should be fun. So that's a 1/3 cup. I'm gonna add it a cup at a time so I don't lose count. This is the true test of if I'm gonna get anything on my dress. Trying to be cute for y'all. All right, so we're gonna call that 1 cup.
stick this guy right here. Try not to spill it everywhere. I'm gonna grab my handy dandy finger wiper. Oh, I didn't mean to put that in the bowl. All right, and we're gonna start mixing. All right, next cup. Ooh, wait, this is probably not a good idea. Help! Aren't you guys glad you tuned in today? This is some exciting stuff right here. All right, we are making progress. That is looking good. All right, we're ready for cup number 3. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. I feel you, I feel you. Ooh. Honey. And make your mess. This is our last cup. Make it count, people, make it count. Ooh, careful. Ooh. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we're gonna, hold on a second. I'm telling y'all see how graceful that was? Okay, no more graceful than that. Oh, Jesus, help us. Okay, we're gonna do that later. Let's go ahead and get this mixed up so I can get the cake in the oven. So I will say though, it definitely helped having the cream cheese and butter sit out all day. Like this is coming together really easily, especially considering doing it by hand. So last step, let's see. Oh yeah, this is how you, here we go. Slide this to the left. Okay, okay, last step. My camera's gonna cut off. All right, final thing is to add your earthquake to your cake. So if you guys can, yeah, I think you can see. All right, so what I'm gonna do is pour this mixture over the cake. So you can like pour it as evenly or however not evenly as you want to. I feel like on Hazel's, it was always like right in the middle. So that's kind of how I do mine. I just kind of put it through the middle, but I feel like this is a lot this time. So I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. Just a little more visual interest. It's like abstract art. Okay, I think that's good. Got a little coconut in there. It's very good. So I'm gonna get this guy in the oven, 350 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes. Okay, one more thing. I totally forgot that you're supposed to actually cook this cake on top of a sheet pan because there's a high chance that it will overflow. I've not actually had it overflow on me before, but I feel like the one time I forget to put it on a cookie sheet, that's what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have a huge mess in my oven. So I didn't show that on camera because I forgot about it, but I did just wanna pop in really quick and say, make sure you bake your cake on top of a cookie sheet so it doesn't overflow into your oven. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I actually went ahead and made myself a big glass of strawberry limeade. I ended up having a little bit of the simple syrup left over from my lemonade that I didn't need, and so I decided that I would try making a limeade version. So it's the same recipe, I just used lime juice in place of lemon juice. It's so refreshing. It's really, really good. You gotta try this. So anyway, I really hope that you all enjoyed hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun and I hope you had fun with me. And if you end up trying out any of these recipes, leave me a comment down below and let me know which ones you tried and how you liked it. I am also working on some additional cooking content for you guys. So I have a summertime slow cooker meal ideas video coming up in the next few weeks. I've been trying out some new things so that I don't have to heat up my kitchen with the stove every day and just kind of throwing everything in the crock pot, but meals that are still light enough to be good for the summertime when it's hot outside. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you don't miss it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button before you head on out to join our family here at KrystalElaineTV. I upload a video every single Sunday, so you want to make sure that you're subscribed and you have your notification bell turned on so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you liked today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot and really helps support my channel, so I would really appreciate it if you would do that before you leave. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.